Let her rip, tater chip.
You move me.
What happened there, Wolf? No, we don't every day. You got to move it. Today we're going to talk about, again, various things. And don't forget, if you got any comments, candywrapper@charter.net. I've got one here this morning we'll start out with. I want to read. I won't mention the person's name, but it says, "Keep up the good work. Thoughts and observations of mine." The person that wrote it. First one, Steve Gardner. Wonder why he didn't get elected. He didn't listen to his constituents, especially regarding the West Wind project, and only did what the previous mayor wanted. In his last campaign, the people working with him and for him delivered his political material door to door with all the residents at the West View Village, which clearly states no solicitors are allowed for such things. That was the same for Calvin, but they did it anyway. Gardner also parked his pickup with his ads on it close to the highway, closer than a lot of distance signs where to be placed and posted. So again, people, it seems to make a difference. Who does stuff? Who says stuff in this town? Why? I don't know, but that's the way it goes. Good comment. I started to attend the cops meetings, I had started attending the cops meetings not long before it was decided not to have them anymore, and found them to be of interest. Gardner was a council member at the time, and I never saw him at any of those meetings, whereas Christensen was always there. Gardner has and was not at any of the council meetings after he was defeated. If he was so interested in the city, why wasn't he attending the council meetings? Now, whispers and snippets have been heard from the Recall Ron people asking what they thought of Julie Asmus. Interesting, to say the least. Well, I'm behind you on that one, 800%. Something isn't right there, but I don't know what kind of qualifications she has to be in there, but I guess if I can run, I'm a nobody in town, she can run. But that's the way Willmar works. Then there's a comment on Mayor Calhoun. When he was head of the fire department, there was a lot of chaos in the department, as if I remember correctly. He ended up being let go, or was he replaced, or just can't remember the details. Well, supposedly he retired, but there's probably more to it. You're probably spot on there, but they kind of hide stuff in this town. They don't want us, the taxpayers, to know. Workforce housing. This is going to be another West Wind project. Government will be in total control of this project, whether we like it or not. Again, the private sector people will be thrown under the bus. And why do we need new houses for these people now? Hormel and others hiring these people should be the ones providing the housing and not the taxpayers in the city. I don't know how many times I've commented on that, but I feel the same. Also, it will be forced on the city to do this project or lose federal monies allocated and designed to the city for all and any projects. There will be locations forced upon us through the city for these units. The city will need and has to be more diverse in where these people live, so says the government. People need to wake up and realize all the freedoms we are losing. Okay. Raise my glass to that one. These evil forces are taking our freedoms away. And the dog park. Please, give me a break. People that have dogs and living in town are and should be totally responsible for their pets and not the taxpayer. I don't think any people in our area will take their dog across town for their dogs to exercise. But it seems like they like taking them across other people's yards. Yeah, I'll drink to that one too. And she said, I don't like animals. Enough for now. Thanks for your time. Hey, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. But again, people, some of those comments, spot on. Especially that last one, that dog park. It's such a joke. We have seniors in this town that could use help. But nobody ever talks about them, except me. We can throw out money for Consultants, we can throw out money for a fence at the dog park, and now you wait and see, we'll pay for the amenities. Willmar just likes to try to be somebody that they're not. Look what we got. Oh, speaking of that, wind turbines, one was down again. Why is that? And when I say somebody should be held accountable, somebody should be held accountable. There is no reason that 2 wind turbines cannot be running all the time. It's not because one's always down for maintenance. Yeah. Our maintenance program out there is deferred, just like our school. That is another joke. Deferred maintenance is a big cost of the new school project. Oh yeah, that's a good one to say. Again, who wasn't doing the scheduling for the maintenance? We need to start getting after these people and hold them accountable and get them out of there and get somebody that can do a job. My opinion, as this show is based on, and I'm sticking to it. Okay? I was watching a program on D-Day. It's kind of neat, Atlantic Wall. I've seen the Atlantic Wall in Denmark. Pretty cool if you like that kind of wartime stuff. Man, they went through a lot of work to put up all those bunkers and that whole structure all the way down. I think they said it ran a total of like 3,200 miles. It was unbelievable. But anyway, we are losing more than 420 World War II veterans a day. And that's kind of sad. Pretty soon, there'll be nobody to talk to about World War II. And Vietnam veterans, well, we're losing 56 of those a day. So people, if you know somebody that's been a veteran, talk to them, tell them thanks. Before you know it, we won't have any of the World War II or Vietnam era veterans around anymore. We'll have golf for it. We'll always have veterans because it seems like America's always in a state of turmoil somewhere, trying to square things up, but state of turmoil somewhere, trying to square things up. But anyway, think of that. And they do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I like that one because there's some people in this town that think they can do whatever they want unto others without any repercussions coming back. So what they do unto me, I'm going to do unto them. Let's start changing some stuff in this town. Like I say, the vocal minority is always speaking up on certain things and raising a ruckus here or there. I see the Recall Ron people were out for 5 weekends in a row. Now that is harassment in my eyes. That's terrible. They just keep going out and gunning for people to sign that petition. Must not be working too good. So again, people, if you feel you're being harassed, call the police. Like I say, not for me, do it for yourself. Let's put a stop to this deal. This is just overwhelming, uncalled for, and that is an embarrassment for Willmar. I talked about dog park, who's going to clean up? And I said maybe Steve Gardner should be the official custodian of the dog park. Well, we have goose problems in town also. At some of the parks, some of the fields, Robbins Island. That's part of the fecal problem we have in Foot Lake and Willmar Lake. Seems like it's not a big deal, but let's spend $22 million on a new park plan and we can't have clean water, we can't have clean ground out there. That's the way that goes. I went to the Back to the 50s car show on Friday last week. It's pretty neat. Of course, I'm a car, motorhead, gearhead guy. And they probably had, well, it's probably close to 10,000 cars there. It's kind of unbelievable, 10,000 cars, but it's a pretty good chunk of land up there at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. There's some pretty neat stuff up there. So if you missed it, think about it next year. Downtown garbage. I talked to a guy. I found out who picked up the garbage. It's supposed to be once a week uptown, people. Sometimes it ends up more. And I found out that he's contracted through the city of Willmar, and he does not get paid any extra because he's on a contract when they call him 2 more times, 3 more times in a week's time. That is not fair. That is not correct. That man needs to be compensated, or the city workers can pick it up and take it out themselves. I'm sure there's plenty of downtime that they can find time to do it. But who's generating this garbage, and why is this happening? It's been an issue before. Let's get a grip on this deal and take care of it. Man, I'll tell you, it's unbelievable. Again, the women's shelter, the violence and domestic abuse in this town, as it warms up, is heating up. Remember, gals out there, Women's Safe Avenue Shelter, 235-0962, or 24-hour crisis, 866-223-1111. Call. There's no relationship that should be abusive. It's not correct. That's, in my eyes, not a good thing. I want to say something here, too. This is a statement by Teddy Roosevelt I had mentioned a while back. We have no 50-50 allegiance in this country. Either a man is American and nothing else, or he is not an American at all. Good comment. Love it. Teddy Roosevelt. For you people that don't know, a little bit about me. Of course, my name is Bob Score. And this is a candy wrapper, number 21.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
When my mom passed away, she was a school teacher. We set up a memorial fund, scholarship. It's called the Daisy Score Memorial Scholarship. It is a teaching scholarship, as she was a teacher. We have done it 3 times in Willmar. One time where my sister lives in Wisconsin, and this year it was in New London where my brother lives. So, if you didn't know that, that's what I also and we do. So for you people out there that like to bash me, you really don't know anything about me. You really get to know me first. Yeah, I stand my ground. And I would treat you like you treat me. Treat me like crap? Well, I guess it's coming back. A little bit of karma. And you don't like it? Well, then you shouldn't say it. So, let's move on here. I just wanted to mention that Recall Ron group. Once again, I'm going to say the city pages deal that states Bev Doherty, organizer, says that the members of Recall Ron committee have been working nonstop over the last 3 weeks to archive public records of Christensen's alleged I don't want to pronounce it wrong, so I'm not going to say it. But anyway, of his wrongdoings. Again, this Recall Ron deal is just so out of control. It needs to stop.
Oh, yeah.
So let's be the Christians that you think you are. How many people have gone to church on this Recall Ron committee?
60 more days.
How many people have treated people incorrectly?
2 more months. We have.
Like I said, do unto others.
More months.
I think it's time that we all start speaking up and not let this vocal minority take control and treat people wrong.
That's right.
Okay.
Minority. That's us.
There's a song out there, old song from the 70s. The band's name was Steelers Wheels. And the song title was Stuck in the Middle with You. And in that song it says, clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And that's, people out there, that's kind of what's going on in Willmar.
Yep.
Clowns to the left, jokers to the right.
Yep.
Here we are.
With you.
How do we take care of that problem? Speak up, get some backbone.
That's
Come
what
to
we
council meetings,
Yep.
write letters to the left central spittoon,
Sure.
and if they don't get published, please write to me. I want to know.
Yeah.
I will mention it on my program.
Uh-huh.
I want to know how many people write in, but their letters do not get published, because they always talk about that they will publish letters.
Yeah.
Here's an email I got from a person in Willmar,
Yeah.
and I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
It says, on November 12th through the 13th, 2014, closed-door meetings were held at the Candy Eye County Services Building in Willmar. 20 participants representing the Willmar Refugee Resettlement Office, the Willmar School Department, various city and county departments, and Jenny-O Hormel Food met to discuss refugee migration to the area. The meeting was not publicized. It was neither attended nor reported by the left central spittoon. Neither Mayor Yanish nor members of the Willmar City Council were in attendance. No members of the board of the county commissioners were in attendance. But Mayor-elect Marv Calhoun was there. But he failed to report the proceedings to the city council, the newspaper, and to us, the public.
Well, this is breaking news, Bob.
Now, why did this not come out?
I have no idea.
On June 17th, on a Wednesday, Lutheran Social Services did convene a meeting in Wade Park of stakeholders concerning his contract with the federal government for settling refugees in west central Minnesota. This meeting was not publicized. The office of the mayor, Kleiss of St. Cloud, has been deluged with inquiries and requests from the public to attend. The mayor's staff reported to know nothing about the meeting. Inquiries made to Lutheran Social Services state headquarters confirmed the meeting is closed to the public. Now, people, I want to tell you that LSS, Lutheran Social Services, makes buku big bucks by placing all of these refugees in St. Cloud and Willmar, all over. People, we need to know about this. This is what's going on. There is a second migration coming. It seems that even over 85% of the funding for LSS refugee resettlement program comes from the federal government and the taxpayers. It takes a position that it has no legal or moral obligation to the taxpayers from whom the funding derives. Refugee settlement has become big business in Minnesota, but regardless of Lutheran Social Services status as a private government contractor, doesn't it have an obligation to provide more transparency to the communities it is seeking to transform? People, again, things are happening here and we don't hear about it. So if you don't like what's going on in our area, in our town, you need to speak up. You need to ask Mayor Calhoun, people down at Human Resources, something's going on here and we're going to get flooded again. And it's time that Hormel and all the other turkey poultry producers in this area start coughing up some money and take care of their people. You know, I say people as employees. You know, I gotta rephrase things sometimes and make sure it's kind of politically correct, or somebody's gonna bang on me all the time. But you know, sometimes I really don't care anymore, because the stuff that people have tried to pull on me in this town is pretty nasty, and they're the churchgoers. That's why I'm more spiritual than religious, because of people like them. As taxpayers, we must demand and reserve the right to prioritize how our tax dollars are used, especially in our home communities. Unelected and unaccountable agencies like LSS cannot be allowed to have that right of what they're doing. Finally, please know that the CEO of Lutheran Social Services of Minnesota receives an annual compensation plan of over $400,000 a year. That is higher income than the President of the United States, any member of the Supreme Court, and our two U.S. senators combined. People, this is big business. So, again, we need to get a grip on what's going on out there. And I know a lot of you people don't know that, but like I said, there is a second migration coming. And right now, migration into the state, second migration, secondary, 2,133. And there's some more coming. I got a bunch of papers here. I don't want to run out of time, so I want to move on here. But that's what's happening in our town. That's how Willmar works. Nobody really cares. They just try to shroud it with other issues, and that one really should be addressed, but they don't want to talk about it. So call me racist, call me what you want. I just want to bring it out to you people out there in the viewing audience. Willmar City Council should not try to restrict free speech. Well, tell you what. There's a couple of people in town that are trying to restrict my free speech. You know something? I don't like it. I like my first two amendment rights. Freedom of speech and right to bear arms. They use them both against me. They make up little lies. They even put it on as under oath. They put it down. Lies about me. But you know, I really don't care. Because again, that karma's coming back. And treat me the way you'd like to be treated. Well, now I'm going to treat you the same way. It's unfortunate. But the city of Willmar they're always hypocritical. They say one thing down the road early on, just like Steve Gardner did. Oh yeah, I'm all for that, not having people talk with the cameras on, and now he's changing his tune. Why? People, do you forget what you say? I don't. I'm not hypocritical. I say what's on my mind, and that's it. My opinion only, like it or not. I'm not going to read this one. It's off Facebook. This isn't from my little buddy. This is from a guy writing to him, but I'll save that one until next time. And again, discussion gets testy over waterline project financing, but Willmar committee okays for downtown over here, water for the brew pub. Like I said again, I don't care. That should not have been put on us. That should be the developer, the owners, Nothing should come back to us, and they should have known how much water was going to be used. That one still torques me. I see they're digging up the street over there. That little dig's going to cost somebody some money. Hopefully it's them. Like I say, I'll be checking to see if they were assessed on their taxes. Here's a good one. Man flees officer in stolen vehicle at speeds over 90 miles an hour. That was a good one. From Spicer to Willmar. I wonder how long that took him. Whenever he set a record. Maybe we'll have to have an annual kind of stolen vehicle speed record from Spicer to Willmar. You know, close the highways and see who can make what. Anyway, let's go over the records a little bit. It says there's a couple accidents here. No big deal, but vehicle break-ins. 4 vehicles reported broke in Wednesday morning. Southeast Willmar. Guy had some stolen stuff, or 2 people had talked about having stuff stolen from their vehicles. You know, we need to get on this. DWI arrests. People, be careful of those people out there. Vehicle fire. Bicyclist hit by a car. What else we got here? Here's the citizens fighting 2 parties of individuals along Minnesota Avenue over on 18th Street Southwest, 7:30 at night. And there's another one. A mother reported that 2 suspects swung bats at her 2 young girls. One neighbor went to a restaurant on 1300 First Street. And then we got another disorderly conduct of 4 women at an altercation in a parking lot again at 1300 First Street. Charged an adult male with 5th-degree assault after responding to a fight involving 6 suspects in the parking lot at County Park on Lake Avenue in Spicer. Doors damaged, 3 separate instances. Their homes are vandalized, attempted break-ins. Here's another one. Business got egged. Suspicious activity. People, again, I say, when things are heating up, so does all the crime in Willmar. Keep your eyes open. Let's help the police on this one. Hopefully they respond when they're supposed to. Oh, this one I like. I'm running out of time. A jury acquits Winterfeld of malicious punishment of a child. And that is Amy Gom, Bruce Gom's wife. Again, brought attention to Willmar. Geez, I just can't believe it. It says here, Welch said the defense argued that Winterfeld may have hit her child with a spoon, but cited a statute that allows parents to physically punish their children in responsible and moderate ways. Isn't that what Adrian Peterson did on the Vikings? But he got nailed. She didn't. Give me a break. Something isn't right here. But again, here's another good one, Robin Hood. I steal from the rich and give to the poor. That's kind of what's happening in this town with the migration of immigrants. They're taking from the hardworking taxpayers and giving it to them. Again, that's my opinion. It's too bad, but that's the way that works. Large part, again, of a school bond request is deferred maintenance. Like I said, somebody needs to be punished for that one. Reprimanded, big time. Tribune, we publish a majority of letters, but there are limits, and I mentioned that one before. I don't get it, people, but hey. There's a girl out there who touched my heart some years ago. I'd like to see again. It was your kiss that unlocked my heart, woman. I do miss you. So with that, people, until Candy Wrapper 22, try to find a reason to smile. Like I say, there's always one. Every day is a good day. Some days are better than others. But don't be a mama's boy, and definitely don't be a crier. So until Candy Wrapper 22, again, thanks for your comments and your letters, and have a good week. See ya.
I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Oh, Jesus.